Welcome to a DropTent media production.
Suck my dick.
Really good.
It does look great.
Really?
No, you look good.
It looks great. I told you. Wait, you take his compliment, not mine?
She hears it every day.
All the way.
We don't see each
I
other.
wish I heard it every day from him.
From me?
Most times you're being mean. You're mean to me this weekend.
I was not mean to you this weekend. I complimented your fucking hair yesterday, you stupid bitch.
We are on.
We're out.
You guys know.
We're hot? Now, fuck you. I complimented your hair yesterday, bitch.
No,
First
you
of all,
didn't.
suck our dicks.
Suck
How
our
are you?
dicks.
We're back. How dare you? I was
first of all-
complimenting your hair yesterday. I
You
thought it looked
did?
good. Yeah. Remember we
Okay.
were driving home? I was like, it looks like you're on a beach because it was real sunny. It was
Oh,
hot.
yeah,
We
I
were
was
both
doing
uncomfortable.
work. Yeah, it was super hot.
Fucking Peggy doesn't need a boyfriend anymore. We got a laptop and she is fucking finger blasting herself to this thing. Holy shit.
No, okay, don't get it wrong. People are going to think I'm watching
Don't get
porn.
wrong.
No, I'm just doing stuff for us that I couldn't do because my computer at home was so slow and I didn't have it. So we drove this weekend 12 hours and the whole time I built us a website. I did a whole bunch of shit for
Dude,
us.
she was going to, you should have seen, smiling ear to ear. It was fucking crazy.
I like to work. I'm a workaholic.
I like that you have the laptop because you're not fucking freaking out about every driving infraction I make. She's like, Jesus Christ. She's like one of
I'm
those
an
psychos.
anxious
If we pull up
person.
to next to like a 18-wheeler or over a bridge, it's like you're in the car with a special needs 9-year-old. It's like, what the fuck? It's insane.
Sorry.
Be careful. Be
It
careful.
might be all the. It might be the. I do take a lot of diet pills, so I am on
Yeah,
speed
she's
at all
literally
times.
sped up. We're both. I got fucking 18 pieces of nicotine gum and 4 cold brews in me, and she's like, "This sound." We actually got our first traffic. Well, I did. I got a speeding ticket.
I know.
Oh,
we gotta
really?
make sure we
Pieces
handle
of
that.
shit.
Together.
Fuck
and
New York.
The first one.
Every
you
time
run.
we go above New York City.
Yeah,
Immediately. Really?
No, just every time we're up there.
and
it's
we
just bad
like
juju.
it. Like it's just like there's something about it. I don't
Uptight
know.
people.
Yeah,
Oh.
the show we did on Saturday was like the owners were really. It was really fun, but it's just like
in the middle
it's
of
like
a
the
field.
middle of field.
Sorry, we went from ticket right over to we're talking. This is
We're
a
talking
show,
to
and
yeah, we
you're,
went-
you're getting some rough, not rough, but they're just
No,
being
it's just
uptight.
basically
Yeah, we
we
were
just
upstate
have
New York.
Yeah, it's just
So-
like as soon as we crossed into New York, we got
Yeah.
a ticket.
We were 15 minutes away. Daddy had to pee,
So we were rushing.
so I was going. And
He was actually probably the least.
yeah, that
We've
was
been speeding.
the slowest I was driving. I was
Yeah.
going like 83. I was like, don't be a pussy.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And I can't believe it. You're so right. Like, normally it's a 70. Like when you're in
Yeah.
these mountain, like going through PA, like
What am
around
I gonna
here is
hit,
different. Yeah.
dickhead? It's fields.
Yeah,
I fucking hate it.
it was crazy.
Really
But
drives me crazy.
no. So yeah, we
We went to a cult winery, a cultish winery. It seemed
Cultish.
cultish.
This is another winery. I think the last time we were together, you guys were. I think there was another winery we talked about. Is this a different winery? Or are you hitting the same
Dude,
gig?
it's
no,
just
we do a winery.
It's
So
either
all the
breweries or
tours
wineries.
are either
Right,
winery or
wineries.
tours.
I got you. Yeah.
So they're not. We haven't done the same one yet because he doesn't let you go. It's every
6 months, right?
It has to be at least 6 months before
Gotcha.
you can go back.
Makes sense.
Except for the one brewery that we do where we do the live podcast. Then we do that every other month. But
March 20th, baby.
baby, Sterling.
Suck our dicks.
We're gonna have so much fun. But no, the people who own it, shout out. They're the greatest. We love
Susan
it.
and
Susan and Bill,
Bill,
wonderful, wonderful
Oh, they
people.
sound like sweethearts.
Because here's the thing,
Oh.
a lot of times it's like we don't know if we get drinks or if we get anything, and like right away she was like baking goods.
Right.
Oh, literally
Really?
baking
Yeah,
fresh
he was
shit.
like, whatever you want.
What's
you want
that?
wine or
They
beer.
did like the nuts. What is it? The
Garlic
nuts?
nut.
It was nuts
no.
and pretzels. What's that
Yeah.
called? Like a
Nuts.
like a trail mix, but it's specifically she has like this.
Charcuterie? Like, are you talking
No,
about?
it was like
no. It was
she
like
had
baked.
cheese out.
Okay.
It was when people like glaze nuts and
Oh,
pretzels.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some kind of Chex
Cinnamony.
mix, homemade Chex
Was there
Mix,
meats and
basically.
cheeses along with the
There was
nuts and
cheese.
stuff?
no
there
meat.
was there was no meats,
Typically
cheese
they-
and olives.
Typically we call this an
No
antipasta.
pickles.
Yeah.
Typically we call that an
Basically.
antipasta.
No, but this
But
is
this
very
is
more
just like a
country.
trail mix.
This isn't this. I know what you're saying because there's no
Yeah.
meat.
I would have loved if there was cured
But
meat.
no
Yeah.
meats.
Big cured
So
meats
it
guy.
was garlic knots.
Okay.
Homemade garlic nuts, and then she made like basically her own trail mix. It was like a bunch
almonds,
of different
walnuts,
pecans,
pretzels, pecans.
Oh my god.
and then pretzels.
This is a Martha
But-
Steele's grocery.
It was
of
great.
It was
delicious
great.
things.
And he's so sweet, Bill. He's a musician, and so they mostly have a lot of music.
Okay.
And then they do the brewery show or the
Yeah.
winery show like once a month. And he interviews you beforehand. But it's a really big, beautiful building. Like big. I mean,
Yeah.
it's small, but it's like really high ceiling. So I was like, was this a church? Because it just like
Yeah.
has that feel. And he was like, no. And then and they had these beautiful light fixtures.
Yeah.
And
They had
then
like old like lamppost lighting on the wood. It was sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And then there was like these two like cherry wood, really fancy looking things. And his wife was like, well, actually that used to be a confessional we broke in half. So I was like,
Was
I
it
knew
actually?
Yeah. That's what
Oh.
she was saying.
I knew it looked like one. I was like, that. Hey,
Yeah.
creepy as fuck.
He built it, and that was like the shelves that all the wine glasses were on. So it was cool.
Sorry.
It's okay. Just turn it off.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm sorry.
I'll turn it off because I wanted
wanted
to.
to.
Okay.
Why did you just say
I'm
that?
sorry. I love you. Your hair
love
looks
you.
good.
I was about to say, I've been on a streak of bad hair days.
Oh,
Today's good.
It's this hotel water pressure. What causes a bad hair day? Is it water pressure?
I think so.
could be
'Cause
the
you're not
hardness
supposed
of the water. Could be losing volume that way. Who knows?
I don't know, but it's
most
really
of
been
my
a
life.
mind fuck. I've lost one of my hair products.
Oh,
Where?
It's Babe in the Woods. I don't know. It's gone. Nowhere to be found.
shit.
Up
Is this
and
like
vanished.
Can
something
you? Is it like recalled? Can you not get
Right.
more?
I mean, I can get more. I gotta steal
Yeah.
it.
is this
By the
like-
way,
what?
I don't believe in buying hair product. Petty theft is my thing.
Really?
But
We know.
I finally got hit with karma because I went to go get teeth whitening from Rite Aid. Somebody told me it was good. I forget who it was, but I got it from Rite
The
Aid.
girl's friend.
Yeah,
Roommate.
yeah, yeah. And so I got that. I went to open it up today. There's no white strips in it. It's just got the accelerator thing. Somebody bamboozled me.
Ooh,
Fucking
dog.
cocksuckers.
Okay.
Karma.
Some Rite Aid on Aramingo. I should have
Petty.
known.
Just gonna have
Petty theft.
half your teeth are gonna be white.
So crazy.
That's how
Yeah.
it works.
But
Crazy journeys.
crazy
you
journeys.
guys
But no,
have.
Bill.
The
And, so
winery,
then
yeah.
we he does this interview stuff. So then he wants us like to be fun. So we like played up that we both the whole time there he's trying to interview us. I'm like, wait a minute, is this like a church? And like we're just basically trying to be
Right.
like, is this? And then I was like, wow, I feel
Yeah.
like loopy already. So we're just like saying how he convinces women.
He was suspiciously nice.
so nice.
You know, one of those people that are so nice. I'm like, what the fuck?
like laughing too much at his jokes. our
Hog ties
jokes.
his wife for
John
sure.
Wayne
or
Yeah.
Gacy,
something.
nice,
And she
yeah.
was lovely.
Oh,
I
they're
liked
the
her.
best.
Great hair. She had great hair.
Oh, she had a set of fucking hair. He had great hair too, feathered.
Yeah.
had
Feathered
two
the
hairs.
shit out of it.
Two hairs.
Looked amazing.
I know.
Full,
He had
thick.
feather.
He was borderline
Full
60.
feather?
How old was he? 60?
I don't know because he moisturized so well. I
You
think.
couldn't tell.
God damn it. Oh,
But he
guy.
is retired, so he's got to be.
I thought you were going to say he is retarded. Like he was not
No,
retarded. He
not
was
at
an
all.
engineer.
He's
super
so
sweetheart.
He
though.
was so smart.
No, yeah.
Um,
Like, Peggy, how dare you?
no,
But,
no. He built that whole entire room.
Oh, no. It was impressive.
It was impressive.
You gotta
And
love
he already
him.
had the sound set up, which is like
Oh,
our favorite because
when
we have to go
both
there.
start
Wow.
jerking it in the parking lot.
Yeah,
And he's
we're
like, you
just
got
like,
a
oh.
light and you got a fucking sound system.
And he knew that we opened the shows up together, so there was already two mic stands. It was great.
wonderful.
It's beautiful.
You should have
Holy
sucked
shit.
his dick.
I
She really should have.
I liked Susan too much. I would not do that.
She would have watched.
You could watch.
They had a tripod. You know they film each other
Yeah.
fucking.
Wow,
They
big dick.
fuck hard in the woods. You gotta run out of shit to do, right? You hog tie Susan up out back, give her a couple
God.
lashings, and then
Tripod in the woods, fucking
Yeah,
just like
that
setting
is-
it up as he walks away from the camera already.
It's weird.
naked.
You know when like
Your
people say
shitty
something
butt
and
cheeks.
you envision and you're like, didn't know that would be a thing. But
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I think
What do you think the first thing I thought when we got our tripod to record shows with? I was like, I'm fucking on
you,
that.
what did I say to you? I
Like,
said
you
you're
can't
not
have
allowed to. And when he had the computer to like dump, I'm like, you cannot put porn on our new computer.
I didn't put any porn on it.
Good.
Also, yeah. No, I was
Also,
gonna say
I was gonna say, good for you, dude.
I just realized I was supposed to send a video of me jerking off to someone, and I forgot.
Don't you
While at
hate
the
it?
house. I
The
got
mind
backed up.
lapse.
Also,
You're busy.
it's upsetting to film yourself jerking off. It's not really my thing.
No,
I'm a fun dick pic guy, which I forgot to mention.
Oh my god, we gotta talk
Oh,
about that. But I mean, I can't believe we're praising him. I
sorry.
love how like you're
writing it down.
I was supposed to
Writing
give
it
it to
down.
somebody. Like we all don't know who it is. And
Slipped
also,
my
what
mind.
is that's such a funny thing that like a girlfriend would be like,
Where's my jerk off
I'm
video?
sorry, Ryan. I know you had to do the podcast, but you had a good window, half hour.
You grease
You
up.
got out of work early.
You didn't even jerk off at work today. Shout out to me. I'm on like a 2-week streak.
Oh, are
not
you-
jerking off
Yeah.
at work.
Are you the other guy? Oh, you're one of those dudes now.
Huge.
A lot of guys got to jerk off at work.
Tons.
A lot of guys got to do it.
Tons.
Never been there. Never had that mindset. I don't know what it is.
Hungover is when it gets me.
I think it's just the Catholic
weak.
shame. I just come in with
Just
a bone. I
weak.
just sit in the bathroom till my boner goes away.
Oh.
Get a weird mystery bone.
Fuck that. I'll crank it out.
That's terrifying. to me.
Absolutely.
That's my worst fear. Just someone. Where do you go? Do you just porta potty it up? You're on the.
Bathroom? Bro,
just
I'm on a
I
construction
don't-
site. I'll go to an attic in the corner.
That's even funnier
come
because it's
right on
like
some
they're
lumber.
not full rooms yet, so you're not ever jerking off in a room. It's
No.
like behind a
No,
like a beam.
crouch behind
Yeah,
a fucking
that's what-
whatever, dude. In
just
my
a-
work truck. I don't care.
just-
Have you ever
Slush.
caught somebody also doing it?
Nah, I think I'm the only jerker there.
Oh, okay.
I could see the eyes. With those shifty eyes.
I got. How many people are on that site?
Depends on
12.
the site.
12. There's
Yeah.
more than you.
Nah,
buddy.
they're all too busy. They're all partnered up. I get my
okay.
guy to go handle his business, and I'm like, I'm
I'm
gonna
just
go
saying.
fucking
Out of the weird guys,
crank one out.
Not that you're
Like a
weird.
lumber
but
pile
out of the
back.
guys I've surveyed, there's
Yeah.
always a good amount of like, oh yeah, of course. Have you ever
mean,
jerked off at work? I'm like, no.
Construction sites are fucking bananas. People doing blow in the porta potties. It's fucking
Always
crazy
a good
town.
time.
But
You guys are on the
Winery.
road, fucking moving it. Winery hidden. The only
Wait,
bad
he has
thing
a
we
is-
wrap
story.
it up?
He has a
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
You
What?
didn't bring it up. You didn't tell us about.
So
oh,
the
well, no, we finished the winery story. Done. It was great.
Yeah.
Loved
Whatever.
it.
Reviews were
Got a
good.
ticket. Also, breakfast wings are in. I think I'm
Yeah.
on my new move.
Yeah.
We went out
Really?
for breakfast, and I was like,
breakfast wings.
why would I not get wings in an omelet?
It was
'Cause an
great.
omelet never does it for me.
Hey,
It's keto.
if you're not
Shout out to
I'm
Peggy.
she's right across, shout out to her, guys.
No. Oh, yeah. So, Steve Bickle. Was it? Yeah. It was Steve Bickle. He's organizing, like, he was putting on, like, doing speakeasy.
Right.
And he booked it, and he has, like, he started a group chat with everybody on the show. And
Yeah. I got
he's
into
like,
that.
everybody. He said something about, like, send your headshots or whatever. And I was like, or he just said send pics. And I said nudes, like, just joking around. And I had posted this video. I sent my girl, like, dude, I used to be a big send, like, people my dick. Like, just funny dick pics at work, like, just walking by with my dick out.
I can believe
So one day at work, I set my phone up in an attic, and I'm walking by with my tool belt on and my dick and balls out.
that. Oh,
And
so-
I, like,
yeah.
come from out of frame into it and just, like, double thumbs up at the camera. But then I made another version where I blanked it out, and I posted it on Instagram, and somebody reported it. That got taken down. So
the one with the
Eggplant.
the eggplant in front.
Yeah.
of it.
I was like,
great-
maybe there was
great
balls
video.
peeking.
I
I
was
don't
like,
know.
what if you? Yeah, it's like clean to me.
I thought it was fun.
I thought you could just.
Maybe it's because eggplant is like the symbol of a dick, so they're like, it's too close to
But
home.
you can't even prove that the dick
I
is
know.
real.
I agree. I actually, Sweetie Pie Peggy didn't think there was. I thought it was just
Yeah, I thought it was.
until you told me this horrible story
Oh,
about the
so-
Taz.
How did you
We're-
get it to track? Never mind.
we're-
I'll ask later.
I'll show you. You
Going
can
the
hold
whole
and
thing.
pin.
Oh, nice.
I'm a Snapchat vet.
I get you.
5-star general in Snapchat
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
But
It's like
no, so we're in this group chat, and he's like, send pics. I was like, nudes, joking around. He's like, yeah. And I fucking I found that video, and I sent it, and I
Nice.
thought it was the eggplant version. And I'm driving to the gym, and I just sent him like, ha. And then I got the thought in my head. I was like, maybe make sure that my fucking hog's not out in this fucking video. And I go back to it, and I think Silas was like, oh my god.
Whoops.
Dude, fucking like Emily
Sent
Epstein
the
White were
wrong
in it.
one.
It was like Gabby Loveland was in it. Fucking, I don't even remember. It was
Oh,
a
no.
ton of people.
Yeah, there's
but-
like a whole probably group of women
Yeah,
in Philly
just
that are
got my
like, what a
dick
monster.
out. And thank God it was non-threatening. It was soft.
Right.
We're soft.
Blessed be.
Yeah, thank God. But yeah, it was tough. But you can unsend it in Facebook Messenger. Thank God.
Oh. Well,
But
there
I
you
was-
go. Saving grace.
It was sucked too because I was having a great day. I was on
Right.
my way to the gym. I was like, this is fun. And I was like, that was not fun.
I would think about that for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just immediately clicked on the group. I'm like, who's in this?
Oh,
Dan
man.
Madden was in it. I was like, he could see it.
Wonderful.
Silas, I don't care about the dudes. I'm like, whatever. I'll
Oh,
be a
yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah.
Then I saw.
Didn't
girls were
Emily
in it. I
make a
was
comment?
She's. I don't even remember.
That's so funny.
I was like,
Ryan, is this what you've lowered yourself? Like,
Yeah.
you're like, no, I meant to send the funny. Never.
Yeah,
my
well,
bad.
then,
it
like,
would've
I
been
started
so
explaining
funny.
it.
It would have been so funny, like send nudes and then you send that. But it's like now it's just like, oh,
All right,
he maybe is the creep we all thought he was. God damn it. We thought it was just fake rapey, but turns out he
Yeah.
is full on. Sends his dick to people don't want to see it.
Yeah. Well,
What happens?
which is I used to be my thing. Sending pictures of my balls to people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've
Huge into
we've
that.
all been
I used to pull them out on my dad all the time. My brothers.
wonderful.
Good times. My uncles would come around the corner. I just have my dick out.
Right. We all saw
Good
the movie.
times.
Yeah, we all saw the movie Waiting. I get it. It's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
fun.
when it started. Did you ever
It's a
see
good
that
time.
movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's always a good time, buddy. No one's judging you here.
I blacked
love
that part
this.
out.
Yeah, I love casual nudity. It's solid.
It's kind of fun.
I'm proud of you.
Just not really.
I had my shoulders out in the car, so
Yeah,
basically
it's crazy.
naked.
Peggy had a tank top on, like fucking whore. This is
Look at this harlot.
Yeah, we were in a college
My
town, so she
shoulders
was like,
out.
you know what, it's time to slut it up.
Yeah.
Bunch of chinless broads at Binghamton University. Where are we?
Yeah.
Birmingham?
Binghamton, yeah.
Binghamton.
So funny.
They
There
all
was
had
a lot
the
of. They
it
all
was
looked exactly the
flat
same.
face. I don't know how to. It was like
The
flat iron
chins are
face
not
chicks.
strong in a lot
Yeah,
of
their
towns
faces.
like that.
They
It's that bad water or
as they got
something.
their abs to be six pack, they made their face
Yeah,
flat
I'm
as
like,
well.
Fucking getting too
I'm
many
like, I'm
It's a
sorry.
little more English,
Yeah.
I found. And
Also-
my dad had no chin. No chin. My dad, very
Really?
English. No chin.
Shout out to
whatsoever.
Dan
that.
Madden, worst
Dan
chin in
Madden.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That. What were we talking? Oh, belly buttons. These chicks had. I didn't know belly button rings were still a thing.
Oh, they're still doing belly button.
I mean, I think
Oh,
they're coming
It's like
back.
late 90s.
I think
guess.
it's like
They're distracting
a
from the lack
retro-
of chin.
yeah.
yeah, I guess so.
Fuck.
That's,
fucking
that's
tough.
what we were saying. I was like, that's how you can. That's how you were a butterface. You could just have a belly
Yeah.
button ring and just be like, look at that,
Yeah.
look at that.
Put a chandelier on your belly button and a scratch from that mug.
Hey, listen, attracted to shiny things.
Also,
man.
funniest. See, I love go. We always sit at the bar whenever we go, and if we're sitting at
Huge
a
bar eater.
we love sitting at a bar,
always
eating at a
fun.
bar. It's my favorite. We can watch TV. We don't have to like actually talk, but we talk. And then, but we were sitting right in front of where the like gun is for the soda machine. I mean, everybody, every girl. Because I could see the corner of my eye. All the girls like whispering about him, and then them like coming over, stopping. Like the girl with the belly button ring literally stopped and like lifted
over.
her. Like she already had.
all right,
she
skank.
already had her like cut off fucking shitty
Yeah.
band she doesn't
God.
listen to shirt
Yeah.
on, and then she like
She had, like, a white
lifts
snake
up.
Sweatshirt
And
on.
she's like,
Jesus
I'm like, first of all, bitch, you
Christ.
don't have big boobs for that. And
Put the
but
yams
the best
away.
is like, and all of them kept like looking over at me like, no fucking way.
That's how like Peggy.
Don't,
Peggy had to
Peggy,
turn
come
that
on.
into shitting on
Don't,
herself.
Peggy, that was not. Come
Like,
on.
no way he's with that basset hound.
Yeah. So then, of course, I tell Ryan's like now, like messing up my hair. I'm like, well, don't mess my hair
I
up.
started like fucking rustling her
This is
hair.
the only reason why maybe they would. Okay, well, she does have good hair. She does got
Great
great
hair.
hair. Great hair.
Killing it on
She got a
something.
good hair. She got good hair.
Yeah, that was a weird. And they all have the fake eyelashes. We gotta
It's
relax.
weird.
Oh God.
It's crazy. You gotta be a girl with dark hair to pull them off.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't be a
that's-
blonde chick with those. They're fucking crazy
Well,
looking.
Yeah, or they have to be like very,
Yeah,
very
well done.
done well.
Yeah.
That was
Done very,
Very
very
well.
done
done
well.
well.
Yeah, but some
mean-
of them are just. And then you got like some people just those fucking heinous eyes.
Also, I love it. It was like every girl in there was like, long hair, like looking like I'm a hipster cutie, like that
porcupine
new,
hats
like,
and all that shit.
like, what?
Those, the flat brim hats that they wear to the back of their head. They're like pork pie or whatever. How they say?
Pork pie.
That's usually what they're called.
Oh, I know what
That's
you're
the
talking
trendy
about.
hats.
They-
It's like the round.
Oh, those
top
didn't
and then
make
the
you,
flat.
those didn't make it out there.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no,
I didn't
no,
think
no,
so
no.
because that's
Or in
Austin.
upstate New
Austin was
York.
like every
Yeah,
2
yeah.
blocks.
Look like you got a
was,
fucking
yeah, like
album
the-
coming out.
They-
Get the fuck
all
outta
of Austin
here.
didn't have any grungy hipsters. It was all really upscale hipsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no grungy. Sorry to interrupt you.
And
I
stop
digress.
making it weird.
But
It's
they were. I
upsetting.
don't know. But all these girls looked a certain way.
Well, they all just were like really obviously the most attractive people at this college,
Right.
and then all the dudes look like
Oh, fucking.
some fucking nerd,
Right.
like the manager looked like super overweight, but like wore a vest, like he's like the cool new
A lot of
nerd.
chin straps. I
We were
wanted
just
to
like,
make
oh.
fun
Air
of.
Lee like that.
I was about to start making fun of people's facial hair, and I was like, "That's my facial hair."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay," but yeah, not the best looking college. Binghamton, suck it. You
Yeah.
stink.
Not
They
a
were
big
fine.
Food was
sports team.
bad.
We were only there for
An hour.
an hour.
Yeah, it's quickie.
Quick.
Took everything in me not to
Rip
get the
that
bottomless
entire-
mimosas.
I know.
Oh,
I know. We would have been there still now.
Oh yeah.
Those are
Oh
always
yeah,
fun.
brother.
All of a sudden, those girls would be like, I'd be like, I'm fuck them. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah. I don't know.
No, but yeah, we have been doing a lot of crazy road gigs. We just had another one on Wednesday that was in Long Island, and
How was
literally
that?
Can
met
you-
this guy.
We walk up. I mean, they're always awkward because we check everybody in for the fucking show. And
yes.
at that place, it was big, so they think you work for the brewery.
Right.
And then they shut the lights off, and we walk up, and we're
And
like,
so
"Hey,
they're
it's
like,
us,
"Hey."
you fucking douchebags."
Yeah.
But there was a guy outside. We got outside, and he was
Well,
like,
no, he came running up to me when he overheard
Smoking
me
a cig,
say.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
turned to the brewery owner like, "We're gonna smoke a cig and then we'll start." And he came like up to me and he's like, "Do you smoke cigarettes?" And the way he approached me, I was like, "Is this gonna be a lecture?" Like, because I'm like not about.
Well,
to
that's what he
handle that.
looked. He looked like a granola guy that was gonna be like, "Don't pose in your body."
Yeah. And he's like, no one smokes anymore. Can I have one? And I was like, oh yeah, come on. So we go out and right away, Looney Tune McGee, just like. First of all,
what's funny
second,
anyway?
Yeah. Second thing out of his mouth was, I don't want to be weird or anything, but I was a comic once, and we were both like, that's not weird. We're comics now.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, you're the comics? And I was like, yeah. And then he's like, yeah, I did it for like 6 months and I played everywhere, like
the
Cellar. But like, I couldn't
like,
handle.
6 months
was
and
like,
you got into the Cellar.
I know. We were like, wow, that's like mind blowing.
Like Michael
like,
Jordan.
Yeah. He's like, even Michael Jordan didn't even make his college team. All right.
That's crazy.
So like, literally, he's like, yeah, no. And he's like, can you handle when they laugh at you?
That's
and I was like, what? I was like, yeah,
that's
that's
what we're
the
going
point.
for, bud. Yeah.
And like, I could tell Ryan was like, I'm not in this. He was like pacing back and forth, like, come on. Yeah. And it was kind of annoying because I'm like, all right, I give you a cigarette, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then
ripped
he's
the
like,
filter off.
Oh.
He ripped the filter off. He's like, yeah, I don't like to. I want to get it straight. I'm like, fucking, I hope you die from this cigarette. Nice. But.
And then so then he's like, I mean, he just
everything. He was like one of those like whims. Like he's one of those people that like talks and like he's narrating the Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like sing-songy, but he's not
saying
anything.
Or he says things like he says
up.
a pause, like in a sing-song, like he pauses for us to be like, wow, insightful. And we're both like, huh?
Was it jivey beat? Like beat dude?
Yeah,
like
he thought he was just so deep.
Yeah, and like so like different.
Oh
and like,
just want to drop
and then I was like, oh, we're like, so then I'm like, all right, dude, like I never want to talk small talk, but I'm like, I don't want to fucking hear this bullshit. So I'm like, this is Long Island, right? Right? This is technically Long Island. Yeah. He's like, don't tell me where we are. So I don't live around here. And I was like, oh, cool, you traveled here? We don't live here either. And he's like, yeah, I live over the train track.
That's what I was like, you live on this planet?
Yeah.
Fucking, what are you talking about?
Oh, no. Oh, that's what he said. He goes, like right here at this spot do I live? And you were like, on the planet? And he goes, I don't know. Do we live on the... I was like, all right, nobody cares.
Getting into his like fucking...
So I thought he was just going to be like an annoying whatever, not going to laugh at anything. Nope. Instead... won't stop talking. Raised his hand multiple times. As soon as I got off, he followed me to the bar, and I was like, "Hey, man,"
because we co-hosted. She got off, and he followed her.
So and I'm like, we're filming, like right there, we're filming, and also like you can't. And he's like, "Oh, I'm not allowed to talk." I'm like, "Yeah, dude." So and the best is the owner, Tony, was the best. He like I go around.
Shout out to Tony.
Tony,
he was great.
Tony's the fucking best.
He's
like
great.
Tony's the kind of guy who you want to see own a brewery. Like he's just fucking likes beer.
He just likes getting
He likes to get bombed. Like listen to the music was great.
Yeah.
Best music we've heard.
Bob Seger.
Oh, it was so wonderful.
All about boozers.
Every song was about like
Good
women
stuff.
and like it was like Melissa, and then like my favorite beer was called Wicked Little Sister.
Wicked Little Sister.
What up? Shout out to every little sister. I'm sorry, I hate myself.
Podcast over.
yeah, wrap it up. Ta-ta.
God damn it! I just built us a website too. So I go around the other side of the bar, and like Tony comes beeline at me. He's like, I was a bouncer in Brooklyn for years. I got my eye on him. I'm like, thanks, man. So finally, he's like kind of disruptive, but whatever. Ryan has like a fight set. I go up. He's fucking right away, really disruptive.
Non-stop.
But he also, I watch him stalk Ryan to the bar and give Ryan.
At this point, we thought he was mentally ill.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was crazy outside, and then I was like, oh, he's out of his fucking mind.
Yeah.
And then Peggy's up.
Well, also, we told the OD story. So that was like in the thing. We were like, listen, and like no show, any show is better as long as someone doesn't OD. So like then this guy starts acting up. I'm like, God damn it, do we jinx? Do we jinx our fucking
bad
self?
juju.
So I have like a fine set, like I'm like having fun, and then he was over with you for a while.
He came back to me and started talking, and I was just like, okay. And then he kept interrupting you, and at one point I went over, I was like, dude, you gotta shut the fuck up.
But before that, he was just raising his hand, and then finally I was like, all right, David, I'll bite. What the fuck? And he just points to the guy sitting next to him. Now, there was a lot of people there together. Like, it was like 16 people, but they were spread out.
It was like a work party.
It was like a work thing. Yeah. And he like points to the big Spanish guy sitting next to him and goes, Fidel. And I was like, okay, what about him? He's like, and he just kept screaming Fidel. I'm like, all right, well, now you seem racist. You can't just like point at a Latino and just say Fidel because he's Fidel. And like, Fidel's like, by the way, one of the best audience members. I loved him. I was like, where you
Shout
fucking...
out to Fidel.
Fidel and his fucking
great.
wife or girlfriend, they were the cutest.
They were great.
They were holding hands. I was like, you guys want to finger each other? I'll be fine with it. Like, you guys are great. I love
we
you.
support fingering. This
Oh,
is a
yeah.
finger
You
positive
just got to
podcast.
let us know if
Write
you're
that down.
fingering while you listen to the podcast or while we're on stage. Just shout us. We'll email.
Send recordings.
But send it only to Ryan. And then...
Mayonnaise sloshing around. Go ahead.
Does he have any? Oh,
Mayonnaise.
you son
I
of
don't
a
know
bitch.
what noise to make. Like
Good
we're mixing
you.
spaghetti.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm
You're
talking
delightful.
about. Okay.
I could do without this. I could do without
It's
this.
like a horse chewing its cud. Ooh, shout out to me for knowing cud. Isn't that the thing they chew?
I don't know.
That's correct.
Sounds
More
right.
cow.
Nice.
So
So
and
he
I'm
just
like,
points. It
"Just
says Fidel.
points." I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
And he's just like, yeah.
What the fuck?
So now he's like, nothing,
So angry.
nothing, says anything. So then he finally gets up and goes to the bathroom. And at that point, I was like, that's when I said, I was like, because this was still probably like midway through. I have to do a fucking hour in front of these
Oh yeah,
people.
because I'm like
Get him out of here.
I'm like 50 feet away. It's
So-
like a big long bar,
Right.
and I saw him get up.
So
and
he
I couldn't
goes to the
see-
bathroom, and I'm like, if he fucking ODs in the bathroom, we're leaving till the end. Like,
Didn't
like
we leave
we're
the
not.
bathroom door open?
Yeah, or
'Cause I
something
couldn't
crazy.
see what
Because
was
then everyone
happening.
started watching him and giggling. I'm like, oh, well, now I'm missing it. And they're like, you don't want to see it. And it was so funny
He's
because
like helicoptering his dick in the hallway or something.
and they and they and they literally were like a fun audience. Like the one girl, I said like the joke of like, I'm like, I love sucking dick, and like this really quiet, really timid woman in the front who I don't think laughed at anything at this point claps.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, not the person I thought who would clap
Yeah.
for this. And I was like, hell yeah, no wonder you two are the quietest people.
Yeah.
That guy afterwards says, I think you changed my
Oh,
life.
yeah,
I think
he's
we're
like,
gonna
I'm getting
fuck.
my-
He's like, I'm getting
Peggy-
my dick sucked because I was like, come on. And then we found out that she was the head of HR.
Also, guys, any girl you see with top and bottom eyeliner sucks dick.
On
Hard.
the regular.
Fucking fit a toe hitch in her mouth. She does not play games. Carry on. That's for tears running. You know what I'm saying?
Oh gosh. Okay.
Always
So so now I'm like, basically Ryan knows I'm about to close up. I'm like on my like last 5-10 minutes, and obviously
You're probably like I think you were like 40 minutes in.
I was 40 minutes in, so I'm like ramping up to like end. I'm like, and I feel like I finally got them at a place where everyone was cool. And then he starts being crazy, and then he comes back from the bathroom and full on. And like at this point, it was fine with everybody, but at this point, everybody was like, "Come on, dude, we're
shut-
all on a roll.
yeah.
Like you keep interrupting at a bad point." So Ryan goes over, and I know he's not kicking him out. He just went over to be like,
I was like, dude, shut the fuck. He's like, you're telling me to shut up? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
And he got up. Peggy keeps going. He comes back, like, he follows me back to where I was standing, like, behind our camera. I was standing at, like, the very end of the bar. And he came over to me and he's like, you telling me to shut the fuck up? I'm like, yeah, David, shut the fuck. And also, you got to realize, David's eye contact is with my fucking nipples.
Right.
And he's like, you're going to tell me to shut the fuck up? I'm like, David, I'll fuck you if I want. What are you talking about,
Yeah.
dude? And he like kept getting more and more irate, and then he's like, and he starts pulling out his phone. He's like, I want to show you something. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck.
The best is though also I'm watching this and I can see I'm like kind of annoyed because I'm like doing my last 10 minutes that I've done for the last 10 years of my life, and I'm like watching Big Tony beeline at the back and Ryan to the back. I'm like, there's gonna be a fucking fight.
Right.
I'm gonna miss this because I'm doing
I'm
my
on
shitty
stage.
clothes.
Tony didn't even come over at that point.
Oh really?
That was when
at one point I saw him like beeline
this
to
that was
you.
after he keeps pulling out his phone. He's like, I gotta show you something. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck what you're gonna show me.
Better be a picture of
So
your dick.
he Googles. He's like, you see that? That's my fucking uncle. He's like, you're a fucking nobody.
Yeah.
It was some like
Actor.
He's like, this is my Emmy award-winning actor uncle
Tony Shalhoub.
who I, for the life of me, I have Tony's phone number in the car.
David.
Right.
David.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's like, yeah, this is my fucking. I for some reason I wrote down the guy from Babe. So maybe in the movie Babe, it was an old guy, white hair.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God!
yeah.
Pull up the guy who's that'll do
Forgot to
big.
plug in the internet.
Oh,
That-
sorry. No, that's fine.
Old dude
Everybody.
pig.
That guy with the
Yes,
that guy.
I know who
Oh,
you're
I
talking
think if
about.
it's
Yeah.
that guy, that's so fun.
That's
So funny
English
if it's that him.
actor,
Also, because
yeah.
like, could you imagine
His
that guy
name-
calls and he's like, "I was disrupting these comics.
Yeah.
Tell them you're my uncle." He'd be like, "You should
I'm
just
your uncle,
not
yeah.
do that."
Dude, how about you get back on your fucking Prozac, you psychopath? Like,
Also,
what?
it's just like that's such a funny thing. It's like you're a nobody. It's like, yeah, no shit, dude. We just played to 35 people in the middle of fucking
Yeah.
Long Island, and you didn't. You just paid $15 to see
It
random
was-
comics. Like
You
what?
said that'll do,
awesome.
pig, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but he
Just
keeps,
say Babe, and it'll be the guy on the cover.
But he's like, oh, I think it's the guy.
I love it.
I can't remember his name. I'm sorry, I forgot to plug in the
Hold
internet.
on.
I should have switched it over.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But I love also, like, he's telling you you're not anything. It's like, that's
He's
just
like,
your
you're not-
uncle. You are at here with
James
us,
Cromwell?
rambling and interrupting. Yeah.
I think it's James Cromwell.
I love it. That's also such a funny. Yeah, that's such a funny person. It's not even like a tough guy.
I'm like, yeah, what? Bring him. I'll beat him the fuck up too, David. What are we doing right now? And I wasn't even like
he
angry.
was
I was just
70
like,
years old and
get
babe.
away
He's
from
got to be
me.
90 now. Like,
Well,
And,
it's like, okay, well, I'm glad that you
I
know
thought
a
he was
famous
mentally
person.
ill.
Right.
I'm like, dude, he's either so blacked
Right.
out or mentally ill.
an EDP.
And he just keeps going. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of my
Yeah,
face.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was getting like annoyed. And Tony comes over. He's like, oh, is it all right? He's like, yeah. So David, I go out to smoke a cigarette and Tony comes with me. And then I came back inside and David got up and like stormed out after I told him to shut the fuck up. And me and Tony go out of the back, and David sprints he gets in his car and he's hammered.
Oh, God.
But he wasn't drinking at this brewery
No.
at all. Had not one drink, so he definitely was like on something.
And the guy
Again,
came
he's
over.
at a work event.
Right.
No, well, the guy, and then the dude from the work came over and he was like, because at that point there was a commotion. The one guy walked over.
Yeah.
I thought it was his dad, and I was like, oh, it's like their special needs kid, because
Yeah.
David's sitting in between an older couple that were like 70,
Yeah.
Right.
and
I think that was his girlfriend.
no, it was his boss, the lady with the purplish hair, and then her husband was on the other side with like the slick back New York
Oh,
accent.
yeah,
that was
yeah.
him, and I thought that was his parents, and I
Right.
was like, oh no, he's like, oh, she's the boss. And he was like, oh, David had 4 doers on the rocks at dinner. He's fucked up. And I'm
Oh
like,
my
then
God.
why? Well, the crazy part was he kept talking and nobody, like the people next to him weren't acknowledging him.
Well, see, this is why I would be on your side of being like, this guy might be might be on a special spectrum. Like, I'd be
Yeah.
like, I don't want it. Like,
But then,
I'm
by
surprised you just
this,
didn't pick him up and just gently walk him outside.
by this
Yeah.
point, it was like, it was obvious to me that he was hammered.
Right.
I like fucked up the order of the story. So I say that his dad, or what I thought it was his dad, and I'm like, is that your fucking kid? And he's like, no, it's my wife's coworker.
Okay.
And he goes and sits back down, and then I went and told him to shut up one more time. And that's when
right.
I walked back with Tony, and he storms out. And me
Right.
and Tony, I thought he went out to go smoke a cigarette or something.
Sure.
And Tony comes over to me. He's like, let's go see what he's doing outside. And we walk out. It's like a big, long, like, building. Got to the back, and he's, like, staggering, runs into his car, and peels out. And almost, like, when you come in the place, it's like it's a fucking farm.
Right.
So you drive up a long driveway, and it's like a big gated, like, gravel area.
Gotcha.
And he just flies towards the field, slams on his brakes, reverses, and then flies down the driveway. And Tony was like, ugh, he's fucked. And then we get back in, and Peggy starts going into material, and the guy, there was like murmurs that the guy was drunk, and then the lady's like, oh, he's going to leave and kill somebody's babies.
No, I know what happened was like the older guy that I was like messing with. I'm like, come on, Skip, what's up? And then I was like, listen, I haven't even noticed your wife because I'm like, I get it, baby girl, you haven't been having fun. But let me just finish. Like, literally, this one, I'm like, can I just fucking finish? Because now this is like the
This is
second
insane.
brewery or winery
She's
in a
getting
row.
flashbacks from New
Yeah,
Hampshire.
I'm like, can I just get off this stage and like have a shot?
Wake
I
up
just
in a
need to
fever
get the
dream.
fuck out of here. So she was like, I've been having fun. I was having fun until you guys let him leave. And literally the whole place was like, all right, nobody let him leave.
Yeah, but that
He's
was
like,
the
wait,
thing.
until you overserved him. And I was like, trust me. I was like, also,
He didn't have a beer.
no, I was like, he didn't have a beer. Also, I get it. Nobody's condoning drunk driving. Tony and Ryan
I am.
couldn't get to him. No, like what? Because that's what she said. Oh, and he's gonna peel out and he's gonna kill one of our kids. And I was like, "There's no kids around here. It's a fucking
Yeah.
farm. There's no
He's
kids."
going to hit a cow.
Yeah.
Or a winery. 'Cause
Also,
there's 87
let
on
me
that
just
street.
finish. And everybody else is on my side, like, all right, bitch. And then the best is those people storm out all pissed, and the guy Skip like looked at me. He's like, I really liked you, and then like
Yeah.
ran away. And I'm like, ugh. But it's just like it was just so intense.
It was so...
And then the best is then the one woman comes up to me and she goes, I am so sorry. I
Yeah.
told one of my coworkers what I was doing tonight 2 days ago, and now almost 20 of my coworkers are here. And I'm like, what do you guys do? They work at like a halfway house for special needs kids.
needs people.
So not kids, like adults.
Yeah. Right.
And so, and they're like, yeah, he's a special ed teacher. I'm like, and that's how fucking drunk he got.
And his boss was there.
Yeah.
His boss and then the HR guy was
and
there.
And our favorite, our favorite table was like
so
these
funny.
younger like girls who were like, dude, we did not know David was like that. We could not wait. And the best is, and then they're like, and we had found out the HR woman was like, and she's
Oh my
like,
God.
and she was like, oh my God. And they're like, you're not coming into work tomorrow. She's like, no, I am not coming into work. You guys all think I do that. And her husband's behind her like, thank you.
He had like
Thank you.
2 gold earrings and he's like, it was great. I fucking loved it. Oh my
Was that
God.
the New York dude? The kind
Yeah,
of
he was
New York
great.
accent?
He's like, I'm a
cool.
facilities manager. I used to be an electrician.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I was like fucking dying.
Oh, it was so fun.
But they were like, and then the one dude they worked with broke a chair midway through and just completely ate shit. So you feel bad for that
Big
guy.
dude, big
And all
dude,
you,
chair
oh
couldn't
yeah,
hold.
it was during my set. I'm like, I wanted to make fun of him.
I've
so
been in
bad.
a room when
Poor-
that happens.
Poor little
I've been in a
chubster.
room when that happens with a young
Yeah.
lady who was very large, and it is.
oh.
he wasn't even that big. It was just
No,
they
he
were
was just
just
a thick
like
boy.
Was he Wisconsin big or just like East
no,
Coast
the
big?
chairs were just
He
like
was just a
you
thick
know
boy.
yeah.
Okay.
But it was
Chairs. Yeah, weak chairs at this place.
I'm like, that guy, he was the guy who went outside. He's like, oh
I
no,
know.
David drove. I'm like, dude, you should be happy Dave took the heat off you for breaking that chair.
I know. That's
'Cause
like
I'd be-
4 fucking weird shit ago.
Shout out to David. For
Yeah.
hooking up. Maybe he was just doing an act out. He was fucking trying to save his boy.
Great distraction.
Fuck.
But
that
yeah,
was,
that was a doozy.
oh yeah, that was a mind fuck.
So much of that story, it's like hard. It's almost like feels like Tarantino would have to film it because it's like Peggy's on stage, she's seeing part of it, then Ryan's in the back, and then Tony's dealing with it, but he's coming around the
Dude.
side. Then Dave is up, down, in the bathroom, coming back. I'm just like,
He
what the
he
fuck
was
is going
all over
on?
the
Let
place.
Peggy get the fucking chips.
It was so crazy. I mean, that
Every
and-
time the show got rolling, he would start talking, and we'd be like, David, and he'd be like, I'm like, dude, you introduced yourself to us. Like, we're
Yeah.
not going to forget there's fucking 40 people here. We're going to remember you crazy fuck.
Oh man, but man, we have been on a roll of bizarro, weird shows, and
that
we are in need. We're about to go on tour, and I'm like, this.
Oh, come on, mama.
We need a new karma.
some
Like
nice-
I need something
Yeah.
else. I need some other vibe to happen, not like disruptive drunk
I
people.
mean,
Is
or
there anything you can think in all the times, years you've been doing comedy right now, that you could do to try to get in front of that? Is there anything you could be like, try
someone
to...
ODing or being a crazy person?
Well, I
Or
mean,
like
the OD, I mean, I'm just surprised Tony and like somebody didn't just get him out. Like,
Well,
just get
it
him out.
It was
just
awkward
somebody
'cause
call him. and get him out.
It was so far into the show by the time
Right.
we realized that it seemed like he was special needs and those were his parents because he
Right,
wasn't
so
drinking.
You can't call
Right.
anything
So
on
you're like,
that.
you're not going to make fun of the retarded guy. Like,
yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's like, sure. I mean, if
There's
I
not.
mean,
And then when
Those
we
no.
told him to
instances
shut
are
the
so
fuck up, he'd
specific.
shut the fuck up
Right.
for a while.
Right.
And then
It was
again,
just
it was just
Forget,
Fidel.
and
I'm like,
then-
all right, dude.
And
what?
honestly, if I wasn't like the start of the end, where like
Right,
Ryan knows,
yeah.
like just let her fuck. These
It's
next
Brent,
6
she's
minutes are
landed
it. Just like
wow.
don't interrupt, like because I can handle that. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'll say like on on Saturday's show. Like I do, I
Yeah.
have a couple jokes that I do to like get people like I get it. You know, I'm not someone you know. Like
Yeah.
we
Right.
both have like things that we do because we know these shows are.
Nightmare.
You know how to get the
Not
audience on your
nightmare,
side.
They're not
Right.
nightmares. They're
Right.
just
It's
they're
just hard.
It's
It's
hard.
work.
For the
Yeah.
most part, it's people who don't know what they're seeing.
Right.
a lot of
maybe
people have never seen comedy.
Never
Right.
seen comedy before, you
Never
know,
go
because it's like,
along, yeah.
and that's why the shows do well because he's like bringing comedy to these smaller
Yeah.
towns. But the brewery owners and the winery owners,
They've been fucking great.
they love it.
Yeah.
So like that's all that matters. So it's like as long as afterwards, and the best is so many times I'm like that was the worst set of my life, and then people just want to sit and talk.
They're
to
like,
you.
"That was
"Wait,
great."
you're great. I love it. I'm gonna follow you." And like
They're also so uptight you think you're a bomb and you're like, oh no, they're just like
Yeah.
actually paying. It's never like I don't think we've done a show that people like just start talking amongst themselves.
Sure.
Like, completely
No.
I've walked 2 people in how
Right.
many shows.
and that was a winery, and they would have been there
Yeah.
for like 5 hours.
But
I think.
Probably T.I.
yeah, I mean they're fucking
I mean, I did get my least favorite heckle of all time this week from Joe, and he said, "I wish I had. Where's the remote?"
no, because you were like, this isn't Netflix. He's like, I know. I wish there was. What do you say? He's like, I wish there
One
was
of the
a
girls
remote.
was like, she kept yelling at her boyfriend, and I was like, "Come on!"
Oh, she was blasted.
She was
too.
so drunk, and
Well, because she was like, "Oh, you should have seen me today," and eventually it got exposed that she had blown her boyfriend.
yeah, she's
earlier
like, "I
that
was
day.
so good to him today," and eventually I was like, "But you keep yelling at him." Like yelled at him the whole time during Ryan's set,
Yeah.
then during my set, and so then he's like, "See, she's agreeing." I'm like, "Baby
You're
girl,
gonna have
like
to eat his
you
ass to make up
stop
for this
it."
embarrassment.
And she's like, "You don't even know what I did," and I was like, "We get it. You gave him a blowjob during the day," and then everybody like started laughing, and he was like, "That's all she did. Like that's it."
He's like, and honestly, it was okay. I had to finish with my hands.
Yeah, like I mean.
Who's kidding who?
Yeah, and I was like, and then of course, I'm like, that's not even a. And that's what I said. I'm like, fuck you! Stop bragging. That's not you got to suck a dick this afternoon.
That's your low point. That's my high point, baby. What are you doing? Yeah, that was.
No.
That's so great.
Oh man,
That
but
was-
that's
But that's true. I get, a lot of these shows, people not realizing, like, they haven't seen a live comedy show, so they're just waiting in, just like, right? We yell out, right? We
Yeah.
yell at them
Well,
all
the
the
one
time.
guy, yeah, he
when she
kept,
says
like-
blowjob, we go to a blowjob story.
He was like participating with Peggy, and then he's like, he thought he was like being supportive.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Afterwards, he's like, "I'm sorry." He's like,
I know,
didn't
and what
mean
he
it."
thought I like was offended because he said like congrats on me being
Right.
thinner because I was telling the fat joke,
Right.
and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's not why I was annoyed at you.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, I was honestly saying congrats."
I know. I was
I
like,
was like, "Well, that seems
like,
mean now."
yeah, I was like, also 15 other times when you interrupted me was when I actually got mad. That I was like, oh, thanks for the compliment. Finally,
Also, by the way, this guy, he starts talking. He's like, "What did he say?" He's like, "Oh, I've been to Philly." He's like, I do the roll up of a cheesesteak. He was saying that there's a cheesesteak
Cheesesteak.
technique. When you eat it, you roll it up so you don't get anything on you.
so like basically you're
like, that's
eating the
not a-
top of the hoagie.
He was saying
like,
you eat it like a corn on the cob. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking
and he's
about?
like, yeah, you don't know. And like his wife was like, they live in Philly, and they're like, yeah, the mobsters, they don't want to get it on their like outfits, and I was like, no.
I was like, are you talking about like spaghetti? What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm like, I don't know that, and he's like, no, that's a thing. and then his wife is like, and you got to put mayo on it. I'm like, listen,
All
guys,
right,
get the
okay.
fuck out of here, all right?
Go fuck in your trailer. or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, whatever. This
Crazy.
is. I also just like, but that's the thing. Like, that's the kind of attitude of that guy where he's like, no. You think you know Philly? I know Philly. It's
Right.
like, of course that guy's gonna interrupt me every time.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I have a better joke. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, you think your
Well,
shit don't stink.
right.
Like you were one guy in
He
a
was doing
town of
Goonies
5.
references.
Yeah. He's like, oh, what do you not know what Goonies is? I'm like, I'm not fucking 10. Yeah. I know what Goonies is.
Also,
Apropos of nothing. Let's talk about Goonies. Let's get into it, Peggy.
fuck Goonies.
Why?
By the way, not great.
Gotta be honest, a lot of times it doesn't hold up for a lot of people.
I like
That's the movie,
Goonies.
right?
Yeah, but
it's
I like
nostalgic.
Goonies, but it was
Nostalgic.
because I did the fat kid dancing. He's like,
Yeah,
Goonies.
Truffle
I'm like,
Shuffle.
yeah, Truffle Shuffle. I'm
get
like,
it.
yeah. I was like, I bet you I could ask everyone in this room and they'd have a different reference for a fat kid dancing.
Who's
And
above
then he's
30?
like, but I meant Goonies. I'm like,
Yeah, it's not sinking.
but that was like a couple times people would say something and I would like then say something and I would like, get a laugh. I'm like, yeah, guys, I'm gonna be quicker than you.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. Just like
Yeah.
let me just go.
Monologue.
A lot of slack-jawed heckling. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm watching the words fall out of your mouth.
yeah.
It's got to be faster. This is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I
but
just
it
did a
was so
South
crazy.
Philly Italian show that was not bad. It was a similar issue of just like I had to be kind of clean because there was a lot of mamas. There's a lot of like
Yeah.
grandmoms in the audience.
Oh,
And I just
hell
didn't
yeah.
want to go with like the regular stuff, so I had to like sprinkle in some things that worked across. But like at the end, everyone was like, "You did really great." And I was like, "Yeah, it was a nightmare trying to be that clean."
Yeah.
But because all the guys came up and immediately were like, "Yeah, I would have went up there and been filthy, dude. I'd have been so filthy." I was like, "Yeah, your
bet you
grandmother's in
would've.
the audience. Yeah, you were respectful." and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, that's fine."
My grandma
That's-
loves the filth.
Yeah.
Huge.
I know.
Huge
I
on
didn't.
the filth.
They didn't seem like.
Shout out to Maureen.
They were lovely. They were like they've been married for 55 years. They didn't really seem like the crowd that were
Yeah.
there a bunch. So we
Did
were
you
just.
play an anniversary, like a wedding anniversary show?
No, it was opening up for a musician. It was
Oh.
opening up for a guy who sings like a lot of the Frank Sinatra stuff and everything like that. And it was South Philly. Woo-hoo-hoo!
How was it?
5
Fun?
minutes in, it was just like, yeah, I'm connected. It's not a big deal. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
23, so
Yeah.
I don't know why you're talking to me like this. But I love Carmine. So you're a very nice guy.
Yeah.
But get your
God
pants
damn it.
buckled. He didn't have his pants actually buttoned up. It was a very weird show. But yeah. Threatened a lot of the time. It was good. But they liked me just because we're tall and lanky. And
Hey,
a lot of the time,
people
so
love
it
a
gets
tall
silly.
lanky.
Tall,
Love a tall
lanky.
lanky.
Grandma. I was just trying to stay clean. So it was just like 20 minutes of just kind of being like, little
Tiptoeing
dirty,
around.
keep clean, relationship kind of. And I got done and there was some good laughs and stuff like that. But I got done and I was just like, I hope everyone's good. And they were like, you were great. I was like, oh, good. I was
Oh.
respectful enough where I didn't get like, my mom's like, this is what you bring me? Because it was like hurt like a
This is
lot
what
of.
you do.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
a guy talking about his crotch the whole time or something, which it wouldn't be me anyway. But anyway,
That's
yeah,
funny.
but I get you the whole.
Yeah,
trying to
no.
play
Most of the time,
balances.
it's a real battle for me.
Broads.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, thanks. But you guys both support each other in that. Like, if someone's right, like if a crowd's just for some reason, you've only walked 2 people. You said, Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Have you even walked anybody in your
No.
Peggy and
Not
anything?
that I've noticed.
No, right?
No.
So it's not
There
like
I mean,
was one
definitely
guy
people.
who
There's
left-
definitely people who don't like me.
Sure.
Yeah.
sure. That's gonna
Hate
happen.
you.
But it's
yeah.
always by the 51% rule. It's
the
like
guy
I
whose
forget
girl,
which.
the guy whose sister overdosed didn't like you, but what can
Yeah,
you do?
well,
Yeah,
what are you
what
gonna
can you
do
do?
on
He
that?
didn't like anybody.
Loved you.
Oh, loved me.
Loved you.
Scumbags,
Big
that's
fan
my
of it.
fucking wheelhouse.
Usually it's my wheelhouse, but not when they think I'm
No.
interrupting their fun.
Yeah.
Sorry to derail. So you guys, so those gigs, we're hoping we're going back on the road. You guys are going back on the road. Hopefully
March
the karma
20th,
evens out.
yeah.
Hoping.
Right.
I mean,
Get some
Well,
goodies.
what's good about that is we're starting. Well, I'm doing like a week at the Creek in
Oh, yeah,
New York
nice.
City the whole week, like 4 days before, and
Awesome.
then we go to Virginia, which we know. We go to
Okay.
Crooked Run, which we love that. So at least it's gonna start off with like a fun show. Dan
Yeah.
Madden's gonna be there. Lindsay's gonna be there. So it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
But no, it's been. It's
How
been
about
a
lives
doozy.
wise? How you guys feeling? You guys
Lives?
good? I mean,
I'm pretty
you know,
good.
Yeah, relationship
party
for you
hard.
solid. Partying
Yeah, I've
too
been-
hard.
I've been pretty. I don't
Good.
think I've had like a crazy
good
night
stuff.
recently.
I've been pretty tame too.
Yeah,
That's good. Well, you
Been-
guys got a lot going on.
I've been well behaved. I think.
I've been well behaved. I might have opened up a can of worms. You know.
You guys are deciding whether you can talk about it or not.
No, I can talk about it. It's just gonna be
I was
more of
about to
like
ask you about where you're at with your men's. Where your men's
I'm
are.
exactly the same place.
Same place.
Yeah, Monday
Gotcha.
fuck church guy, Tuesday fuck fat guy. You know, just it's a real
Fat
rotation.
face.
You do church on Sunday.
Fat guy, yeah. Which fat face weirdest text I ever got. He said my house smells like you, and I'm like, what does that mean? I don't even know if you were trying to be
So
cute
many red flags.
or being
It
weird.
smells like butter and cigs.
Gross. I date a walking red flag at all times.
Hey.
But it's actually the flag is actually just a combination of different men together. I'm just waiting for that
Conga
one
line.
whole
Indeed.
red flag I can
One
get.
solid red flag.
No, yeah, but no, I've been good. I feel like we've just been so busy,
Yeah.
like that I don't have any like fun,
Going to-
like
Going to bender time.
no benders, no breakfast wine. I've been real good.
Yeah.
I've been just
Shout out to breakfast wine.
shout out for breakfast wine.
Always good places.
Yeah, I
always
feel like
fun.
we were pretty. I've been well behaved.
Pretty
I got my
great.
cousin's wedding coming up. I leave on Saturday.
Can't wait for all those Jamaica stories.
That's gonna be good.
It's a good time.
I'm trying to smuggle mushrooms down there.
Oh God.
It's in a candy, so
Makes
it's
me
good.
So nervous. All right.
Perfect.
Nobody will find it. It looks like a little
The
Tootsie Roll.
rules.
Oh, perfect.
And I found out I'm getting there the day before my family gets there, so
Whole
scumbag
day.
Saturday, baby.
Love it.
It's a good
And my
time.
whole family's fucking
How long are you
Fun.
down there? So you're in there Saturday. The
Saturday
wedding's
to
on
Wednesday.
Sunday.
No,
Do you
no.
get there like during the day Saturday?
I'll get there during the day Saturday.
That's great. Full day. Beach.
And I got a 10 a.m. flight.
or pool.
Been to Jamaica before?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Nah, I've never done Jamaica.
Yeah,
I've done
no.
Bahamas. And
Okay.
I've done Dominican Republic. Spring break destinations.
Ah, right. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never know Jamaica. Yeah.
You Peggy. Where did you go the last time? Where was that? I can't remember where that trip was.
She went to Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
I went to Puerto
That's
Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Oof.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Oh man.
And roll ball.
I know I
my-
couldn't even because I
Yeah.
just got really happy thinking
The
about
young
it.
lady who used to be fucking my dad, she used to talk about Hawaii.
What a sentence.
Yeah. Well, he's dead now. And I guess
Milady.
so, but she would talk about Hawaii and she would do the same close-eyed kind of like sway a little
Sway.
bit. I'd be like, oh, she's a dick in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, oh,
Listen,
man.
I
Dude,
turned.
that's what tropical
Lay on the
destinations
beach.
are about.
Yeah, dude, she
Yeah.
Get
I-
that salt in your
Hawaii
head.
in the
You get the
70s.
fucking-
She was like, oh, I just fell asleep on the beach. Multiple times I woke up with a guy who I did not recognize. I was like,
Yeah.
just on the beach. I was like, yeah. I was like,
That's
that's
the move.
fucking class.
Banging.
So
yeah.
trashy.
I mean that
loved every
trip.
part of
I
it.
got a great joke out of it.
Hey,
I turned 33 at that.
Jesus
Fucking
here.
Jesus year. I had a
Yeah.
whole day by myself in Puerto Rico. It was a great trip.
Gotta love an alone day on vacation. It's the
Gotta
best.
do it.
Solid.
Love it.
Love a solo
Mean
vacay. I like a nice long solo vacay.
Yeah.
That's good. I went to Italy by myself when I was like 20.
Oh, that
20.
sounds delightful.
Huh?
I knew a girl that was studying abroad over there. I went to
Oh.
visit.
That sounds like fun.
Good times.
That's fun.
Solid.
Solid.
Austin was just
solid.
I'm excited because I'm going to Chicago
Oh,
Thursday, and then I'll be in
Chicago.
St. Louis Friday and Saturday,
That sounds like
and then
dinner.
Indiana on Sunday.
Chicago. I wish I got more time in Chicago. It's
Yeah.
I love
really
Chicago.
Cool.
Hopefully, we're gonna
I went
try
there
to
by
get
myself
there.
too.
I've been there by myself too.
I was supposed to go with my. Well, I bought an ex-girlfriend tickets to go there to see her cousin. Broke up.
I just went to Chicago.
I was like, "Do you want these tickets?" She was like, "No." I'm like, I'm going. I ended up just going on a bender by myself for 5 days. Good times.
Did you meet people?
Yeah, of course I
Okay.
did.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
What
no.
is like the initial like? Do people see? I guess it's different for a guy than a girl. Like because I went to because I've driven cross country by myself.
Right.
So that's the only thing that sucks is like when I go places because I'll sit at a bar, love a bar, eat, and then it'll be like
What
I
do
was
I
in
do?
Aspen, and so it's like nobody fucking is in
Right.
Aspen. Like
Solo.
it's weird.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm just traveling through, and like it's just funny because it's like eventually, I mean, like I don't care, but I can feel it from the other people being like,
She's alone.
this girl is alone. Is she
Yeah.
safe? Like, but I guess for guys, it's not the same.
Yeah, no.
You just go to bars and it's whatever.
Go to bars and be like, let's fuck. You know?
Get your own little.
Basically. I met the girl the first day I went to Chicago. I went to some bar and I met the girl who was like she was loaded from selling hair weaves, not weaves, extensions. White chick, crazy. Huge money in a weave or extensions, and I hate them.
Not a fan.
Yeah,
Not a fan.
No.
Last time I was in Dominican Republic, I hooked up with some girl. We go back to the room. She starts pulling extensions out. I'm like,
shit.
Get the fuck out.
I thought those were supposed to
freaks me
stay.
out.
Wait a minute. She just pulled them out in front of me. I
Not
guess they
pulled
were,
them out, but I think I like put my hand on her head, and I was like, what are we
like,
doing
whoa,
here?
yeah.
I'm a big hair guy. Huge.
I know.
Fucking
You want it to be
fool me
natural.
once. Natural.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Well,
I think
as
that's where
natural
I
as it could
first
be.
encountered my first huge bush. Was in,
Dominican Republic.
I think it was one of those spring
How
breaks.
big? Touching thighs, escaping out of the bikini
I'm talking
region?
just unkept madness.
Up to the belly button? What are we talking here?
No,
I'm
not
talking
up
like
to the
coming
belly
up to
button,
the
just like a
Like-
fucking baseball diamond to bush.
Okay.
And I was like,
1970s classic. Okay.
Wow.
Gotcha.
yeah,
It's like
which
a
is
car.
fine.
It's like
It's
a super
fine.
sport. Nice.
Half Japanese, half Italian.
Oh.
Bob's your
Okay.
uncle.
There it is.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting
Weird one.
combo.
So it's a combo and a half. I
Yeah.
would say.
it's a strong combo.
It is.
Italian, Japanese. I feel like it could go
Great
sideways.
hair,
The best
probably.
combo is black and Japanese.
Oh.
The hottest. Any
Oh.
Asian and black is get the fuck out of town.
I agree.
Oh
is
my
crazy.
God.
I agree
Get
with
lost in those fucking eyes. I'll tell you that
I'll
much.
tell you this. I'm big on eye shape. Are you a big eye shape person?
I think I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if that's like
So you're saying more of a cat eye, which some women
Lovable.
would.
Is that what you call that?
Well, someone would try to. I mean,
What
that's also
kind
a
of
makeup style, but.
Like a little winged up.
oh
I don't know
yeah,
what you
that's
call it.
that's a
Right,
good
right.
I was
Yeah.
gonna, you know what I was
Cat
gonna do,
eye.
but that's frowned upon.
Yeah, it is frowned upon.
But
A little
no, yeah. I could have.
Danielle does that.
We're
all
talking
the
about
time.
makeup. We're talking about
Yeah.
makeup.
I hate a winged. Well, sometimes a winged. It's the same way I feel about fake eyelashes. Girls will have like a fake eyelash, then they got shitty brown eye. Like not even a shitty brown eye, but like just bad eyes. Like
Well,
you're
they're trying to dress it up.
Got a beautiful driveway up to a shitty house. It stinks.
Yeah. I love a winged eye, but I love that.
I love it.
Work on
Yeah,
your
it
personality.
depends.
Work on your physique. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Less makeup. Work on your personality. Work
I'm
on your
also a big. I used to be way more makeup when I was younger, but like now I'm like once in a while I like to do it.
Really
up.
whore it up.
I like to really just. That was like the one time you're like, I got like upset about something. Like, yeah, put your eyes on. I really thought it was gonna be a good night, and I was like almost started crying, and I'm like, you're right. I felt the same way.
You fucked up. I wish I had Molly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What could you do?
What's the all these travels? Let me hear. Let's get into it. I mean, there's a little bit of food talk on this thing, but I mean, there's some good bar food that you guys are talking about. What were some good food? I haven't seen you in a while.
I'm a dry rub wingman.
You've
We're
been
huge
dry
We
in
did
the
just
dry
go.
rub.
We did just go to right before Manny's. We went and got a dry rub at
Cook and Shaker.
I mean, it's the best.
Shout out to Cook and Shaker.
It is
and
the
Shaker.
best.
Port Richmond. It is the shit.
Got
It's
to.
so
Okay,
good.
I gotta go to this.
Yeah.
This is technically a barbecue joint, or is it just like
No, it's
No.
like a one of those fancy bar
gastro
food
pub?
joints.
Oh, okay.
But they do it right because they have like a specific set menu, so they do
Okay.
it
Oh.
well.
The dry
Gotcha.
rub wings. They do tots that are amazing.
Also, every bartender I've loved every one of them.
Oh.
They're like cool,
I don't know
but
his
not
name.
in the
Bald
way
guy,
that like
the best.
They're always cool in the way that you're like, yeah, why is that? It's actually, this is how I would describe them, and it's hard for anybody listening, but I feel like it's how people have always described my sister Beth. We're like, I don't know what it's about. There's just like a radiance of confidence. She makes you feel happy. She's cool. She has her own weird style. You wouldn't even like anybody else wearing that.
How are you
like-
pulling off that tattoo? You got overalls on? That's crazy.
But we like it.
Hey,
I like
it. Works out. Ah,
It's good.
that bar's the shit. They do a
So
different
good.
special every day.
Hell yeah.
Sundays, I think they do a beer and whatever the sandwiches for $10. Go fuck your mother.
That's a great one.
Getting drunk on a Sunday's the best.
The girlfriend fucking sent you one the other day. She like,
Oh, yeah.
Carla was like, you gotta see
She was
it.
like, you gotta see this. She literally called me to show him, like, it's a fucking baked chicken.
It did look good.
Shame on
it
you.
It did look good.
It did. I'm not a huge cornbread. Everybody, my mom
love cornbread.
was saying I love cornbread. I don't think I love it. I think
Yeah,
I had it
that's
one
your
time and I was being polite. I was like, oh, yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm a big
Take it
fan
or
of
leave it.
cornbread.
Beat it. I'm a biscuit man. Biscuits, croissants.
You like a flake?
You like
Oh,
a flaky?
Huge in a flake. I like a crunch
Oh.
than a flake.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, that means that a lot of French.
Pew, pew, pew.
I can see that.
You have a phyllo dough.
Yeah.
Phyllo dough, bub.
Phyllo dough, what
Fucking
is that?
Crushing. So that's like a French. And I mean, think of like Annie biscuits, stuff like that, like all those layers and stuff. Phyllo dough is like the French, like rich version of it.
Oh.
And they put it in pastries and like makes
Like a
it.
croissant.
Yeah, like a croissant. It's
But
like,
croissant,
you get that
but not
croissant,
like,
they
but,
boulanger
not,
lit.
but it's not like rolled.
No.
It's
I'm trying to
layered.
remember the dish we used to have it at the. But it's
It's
very,
like what
very
the
good.
Pillsbury Doughboy does with
Yeah,
biscuits.
but like a French.
Be like pulled apart.
Buttery.
But
Oh,
like
I
a
love
sweet,
that.
sweet French man.
I actually just got upset that Thanksgiving's not for a while.
Oh, I know. I know. Every once in a while.
I did.
You know what? You think about it. They do Christmas in July. Why don't we do a little Thanksgiving in the spring?
Ooh.
Turkey Day in June or whatever.
Yeah.
When would it be?
I like
June,
it.
right?
June, yeah.
Yeah. I'm down.
Turkey June.
I think there should be a fucking Turkey Day every month.
I like it.
Uh-huh.
Do your friends do Thanksgiving? Friendsgiving?
June
That was the
I
first
did it-
public blowjob I ever got. Friendsgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Friendsgiving?
That's a good
that's right. I
story.
remember this story.
Yep.
Yes,
I like
I
that
remember
story.
that.
Tough one.
I used to
tough
do it
sledding.
in New York. We did it all the
Kindergarten
time.
teacher. Nice girl.
Oh, nice girl, nice girl. Oh God, they're shaping the minds.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're shaping them.
Shaping the dicks. Huh?
Shaping them and working them.
Working them.
Hopefully they're not shaping them too much teeth. And
Oh.
we don't like that on this podcast.
So
Lips
no teeth.
only.
I'm going to put a stamp at the viewer. It's gonna, no teeth.
Yeah.
No
Teethless.
teeth. I mean,
Like
I
that.
had a good. Never mind. I can't talk about that. I'm sorry, everybody.
damn
Keep
it.
going. I apologize. Keep going. I don't want to talk about sex.
Blowjobs in
One time we
public.
should just have you
Airing
be
out.
interviewed and like we disguise your voice and we hear all the dirty
Hey,
shit.
everybody.
Wolf.
Yeah, it's
This
like,
is
there's this new
This is
comic.
Dan Madden.
No, I'm trying to think if I had any good. Well, my brother got his tonsils out, and so he's been staying here because my
Oh.
brother's in recovery. So
Yeah, yeah.
obviously he wants to be safe about.
Right. Of course. Safe place.
So he stayed this week so my mom could give him the medicine, or if she wasn't around, I could do it. But it also just gave my mom carte blanche to be like, well, we only can make soft foods for him. She's just been cooking the most like best chicken like soup.
Hell yeah.
Fucking.
A good
She
egg
made
noodle?
like good egg noodle.
I love an egg noodle.
Love an egg noodle.
Huge.
She makes it a bunch of different ways. A good egg noodle's my favorite of hers.
Ew,
And
I love a
then-
good egg noodle
God.
with a nice broth,
But-
a thick broth.
Oh.
Throw some corn in there, some carrots.
Oh yeah,
Maybe a
definitely
little
carrots.
celery, some crunch.
Oh, you got it. You got to do the threesomes. Come on.
Little
But-
cracker in there.
My mom. This
I
is
like
a
a
fun
cold
one.
dog noodle. I'll tell you that right now.
You just
A
keep-
cold noodle?
I'll
just
eat a
keep
cold soup.
tagging.
Oh, I'll
Oh,
eat
I've had a
cold
cold
soup.
soup.
When I first got home and it was on the pot and it was just a little
It's on
lukewarm.
a pot.
You don't think I
Piss-
just started
piss soup,
eating?
they call that.
I put a bowl in the microwave and then I was just eating. My brother was like, "You have some coming." I'm like, "In a minute."
It's multiples.
Oh,
Okay.
I was on a cruise in Alaska. Cold soups, fucking delicious.
I love cold
Can't
soup.
do it. Cold fruit
Shout out to
soups.
cold
There's
soup.
like all
Give a
kinds
cold
of crazy good stuff. But I go ahead. Sorry. Yeah,
So
yeah,
one
yeah,
of the foods that he
cold
could
stuff.
eat is mac and cheese, and so I don't really eat mac and cheese that much because I don't
I'm
really like
addicted to it.
cheese. But I
Okay.
love it. It's
Yeah.
just like I just can't eat too much. It'll make
Right.
me like I'll literally have like a food coma.
Gotcha.
She's big
Um,
on those.
But and my mom makes it like good homemade with like the crunch on top, all that kind of
crumble.
stuff. But she knows I'm milking a cow and I'm crunching it up. So my mom knows I don't eat that much, and it's just me, my dad, my mom, and my brother. So she made little miniature like little mini mac and cheese pots.
That's what I was hoping
with
you were
little
gonna say.
like so each of us could have had our own individual one. I couldn't, so I just had a bite of everybody's. But I mean, honestly, I still like. And she's like, I think I'm gonna freeze them. We'll have them for like a later
Freeze
day.
the shit out of them.
I'm like, Ma, this
Macaroni
is beautiful.
and cheese popsicles.
How could you not? And the first day he was there, she made mashed potatoes, which my favorite food of all
I'm
time.
a huge mash guy.
I'd mash it up every day of my life.
Call
If
me
it
crazy.
wouldn't-
I'd rather a rice than a mash.
No,
Yeah.
we've talked about this. I know you're a rice
Sure.
man.
Rice
I
or
do rice
coconut
most
milk.
times. Yeah,
Fuck me
milk.
up.
I gotta
Oh,
come
yeah.
at you with the coconut.
Bro,
I
you
gotta
gotta
learn
get
more about
in
that.
there.
I'm the only one
I love
cooking.
mac
You
and
guys, when you
cheese.
guys talk about food and the
I
stuff that your
can't cook
parents
it.
make and
My
stuff
mom
like
makes
that,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
like this blows my mind. My mom
crazy.
my mom did not cook. I was the
But
baby.
did your mom make a lot of rice stuff when you were little?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh wait, but you also ate only. Oh wait, have we ever talked about that? Motherfucker, as much as he calls himself a fucking foodie, only ate chicken fingers until he was like 20.
See, I'm not surprised.
19.
I'm not surprised.
19.
When you went to
I was
Italy?
an aficionado. No, I don't know what broke me. I got a job at a hotel at the Buck Hotel.
That'll do
Shout
it.
out to the Buck Hotel, and
Yeah.
this hot little Spanish mamacita
Yeah.
used to give me shrimp and all kinds of weird shit in the back. I'd be like, "This is crazy."
Yeah.
You got an ass like that, I'll eat whatever. Yeah. Get those cheeks bouncing. Daddy will have an
that is
empanada or
your
whatever.
T-shirt. We have found the official T-shirt of Ryan Foster. Got an ass like that, I'll eat anything. Which
Including
is like,
that ass.
yeah, it's a
Hey-o.
twofer. It's a twofer. It's what we call.
She was slamming too. Good
Love
lord.
it. Did you fuck?
No, never did.
I knew it. When you talk about some girls, I
get
can
that far
tell.
away.
Yeah, I can
The
tell.
slut that got
I can
away.
tell where you like actually went off into the distance. Where I'm like,
Far off distance.
he's thought
yeah.
about it, and there's been nights where he maybe
Thousand-
brought her into his
Yeah.
mind, but never
Thousand-yard
actually.
pussy
Like, why don't you go ahead and roll over so I can pretend you're that chick from the
Yeah.
salad bar at the Buck Hotel?
I love that you have a 1,000-yard pussy stare.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I knew it.
Those 3 chicks that got away.
I feel like I've only seen that look in your eye 3 times, and I love when I can catch it. I'm like, Mama knows
yeah.
you. Mama knows you.
Yeah. I started eating that, and then my world opened up.
I love it.
Still, it's going to be an unpopular opinion. The best chicken finger I ever had was at the Trump Towers. Or the Trump. What was it? One of the Trump hotels in Atlantic City. I was like,
Trump Taj Mahal.
the juiciness, chicken breast, amazing. Yeah. Disney World, top 5 chicken finger, great.
I gotta.
Really?
Three Monkeys Cafe, Northeast Philly. Shout out to Three Monkeys, great chicken finger.
I haven't had a chicken finger in a dog.
Huge.
I can't. I'm telling you,
we should do a chicken finger crawl.
Dude,
I want to see you blindfolded. Tell me which one, like it's from a different spot or some shit, and then like tell me which one's better.
Chicken finger's the only thing I can do that with, because I don't got. If you blindfolded me and gave me like pork, chicken, I don't know if I'd be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
But I could. I got to see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Visually.
I'd be interested in this.
I'm a visual eater. Okay. Fucking dumbest.
It's like in your rider now.
Yeah,
you guys are being.
Oh, gotta actually.
Gotta
You make that face every time you look at food. But you're a rice person. See, here's the thing. I love rice now, and I definitely would. I cook rice myself, or I have like a different kind of grain. I think mashed potatoes is just like brings me back to like crying 10-year-old Peggy, counting how many points mashed potatoes was on my Weight Watchers, and my mom being like, "We only having it once a week," and it was always the night after a weigh-in. I mean, talk about just giving your child the worst eating disorder. Just like we waited on Wednesday. Wednesday, she'd pick me up. We would do it. She would take me out of school.
Right.
We'd go. We'd weigh in at lunchtime. If I lost weight, we went to McDonald's. Terrible.
What?
Oh, your rewards.
Well,
I mean,
rewards are important.
That's a reward should be like a Polly Pocket, which I actually
That's like
made
going
that
to
rule.
AA and be like, "Here's a shot."
Exactly.
Yeah.
So eventually, I knew there was something wrong. This happened 2 times, and I was like, "I don't think this is a good idea, Mom." And so from then on, I was allowed to get a 5. First of all, if you're buying a girl a toy, she shouldn't be on a diet. Number 1 rule, okay? You heard it here first. If you're buying and it's not a sex toy, okay? If it's a trinket that you could buy at Toys R Us or a 5 and Dime, that person should not be on a fucking diet, okay?
Okay.
So then that night, the Wednesday nights, she then would have like a big and I can still see it. I'd scoop my mashed potatoes, and my dad'd be like, "I thought you can't eat that." Oh man, actually, I just said it like him so much that I almost started crying.
Welcome to the bummer pot.
I know. Like between last night and this morning, man, it's the worst when I come back from like a show where we've been like, I was like doing stuff all day for us, and like I get home, I'm like sitting with my dad and my brother's home. I'm like, so Tommy and I are like little kids. I'm like, what are we gonna watch? And like we get my dad to watch like The Irishman, and then my mom comes home and just starts yelling at me, and Tommy's like, is this what? How? And I'm like, yeah, move back in, help me. Protect me, Tommy. And then he did. He actually literally...
She's like breathing on the window outside.
Yeah. And then literally, and it's so funny because today, every one of my sisters is like, "Are you okay? Tommy told me." I'm like, this is almost every other night. I just don't tell you guys.
She takes off her shirt. She's got a bunch of belt buckle marks on the
all by myself.
That just reminded me of when I was in elementary school. I thought everybody had a good behavior and you get a toy at the end of the week thing. It was only for me.
I had that.
Miss McGurr, this bitch. No, my whole class. I was just bad, and if I behaved,
your teacher gave it to you.
Yeah, she brought me in the toy chest. I was like, I guess nobody else is good this week. Turns out I'm the only fucking
groomed.
idiot.
You were definitely being groomed to be molested by that teacher.
Absolutely is what was happening.
No, I wouldn't have fucked her. I did get one of my math teacher's phone numbers after high school. Ran to her at the Gennardi's. One of my favorite places to pick women up at was the food store.
It's always
heard
great.
Catch them unsuspecting.
Yep.
We're looking through chicken broths. Next thing you know, we're fucking.
Thick broths.
You got the number? How did you do it?
I don't know. I just started saying crazy shit to her. I probably had a cup of coffee and I was going crazy.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I forgot. I don't even remember what
You're like, I black out. Most people black out from drinking or drugs. You black out from flirting. You're like, yeah, when I'm in it, you know I just see it. I see it.
It's tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision to a pussy.
Tunnel vision to a tunnel. You know?
Holy shit.
Good times.
Yeah, we're at an hour.
Okay.
So if you, you're coming in for a landing here.
What else? This is coming out tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
You
have...
won't be at Lovable Monsters on Thursday.
No,
That'll be me and the Chinless Wonder, Dan Madden.
Yeah, Dan Madden will be there.
If he doesn't bring my bottle of Tito's, I'm going to beat the shit out of him out front, so get there early.
Fair enough. And... I'll be in. If anyone's in Chicago, I'll be out on Thursday.
Chicago.
If you're in St. Louis on Friday and Saturday, I'll be at Helium, and then if you're in New York, mark down the dates. March 16th through the 19th, 7 o'clock. Week at the Creek. It's free. You'll see my mama's 40 minutes. Pop will be open it up.
Pop will be.
I'll be in my rocking chair in the back watching her sit.
And yeah, I feel like. How about you? What's going on with you this week?
Ooh, little
Anything?
old me. Yeah. Well, probably just March 7th. Probably just March 7th. Come out to Chalfont. We got a nice little show going on out there, so you can get those tickets at DropTent.com.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yo, guys.
A little bit.
Suck on
And
dicks.
if you want, I made a beautiful website for
Oh.
me and Ryan.
I was hoping to have that pulled up. I'm gonna drop in maybe a little.
She had her
thing
little
at the end.
digits working
it
all up and down I-80.
LovableMonsters.com was taken by Weird Monster. I mean, very upsetting. It's toys. We're not even sure what it is.
Some kind of
but
weird Japanese thing.
So, LovableMonstersPod.com. And you'll see everything. I got our live dates up there. I got some of our videos. Ryan's got his own
shit.
Some of
page.
us
I got
fucking.
my own page. There's some fucking,
So
but that's a
proud of you
secret
guys.
password.
That's the black web. Dark
Yeah,
web?
and if you hit
Dark web.
listen, it'll go straight to our. If you say listen, it'll go straight to our podcast DropTent.
Developing a list.
Website.
I feel like I need a nap.
I have had a lisp in the past.
You did?
Really? I used to
Oh,
have
I
a
couldn't
stutter.
say my D's or T's. Yeah.
So, I didn't know
D's
that at
and
all
T's.
about you.
Uh-huh.
How do you have a D
Holy
and
cow.
T list? What would you
I
say?
know,
Well, it
that's
also has to
usually-
do with. It
Fence.
also has to do with. No, I just wouldn't say it. I say it still like adult. Like I don't.
Adult.
I just
Yeah,
didn't
that's
say. It.
my-
I just brushed over.
My
it.
nephew
And
had
I
it as
still
well.
do it a little bit now.
Same one. He had
Who
the
knew?
adult.
Who knew?
I just stuttered. Or
That's
however you do it.
even worse.
Yeah, I don't know.
Holy shit! Well, guys, guess give him the old.
Suck our dicks. We love
Bye,
you,
love you,
baby.
This has been a DropTent Media production.